The following program is sponsored by Mott Community College, FlintNarrative.org, and Soul Intentions Life Coaching, LLC. You're listening to Innovative Health Radio on SuperTalk 1570. The ladies' dish on everything from veterans, preventative and holistic medicine to innovative technologies, youth, and education. Listen in as local experts provide you with the education and resources to inform, entertain, and heal the community, one Sunday at a time.
Good morning. Welcome to Innovative Health Radio. I'm your host, Kristen Wilisinovich, here with my gorgeous co-host, Christy Marshall.
Hello there.
Hey.
Hey.
How you been? Really well.
I have been. Yeah.
You look very patriotic, red, white, and blue today.
Thank you. Yeah.
We're in August, but you know what? It just gets me because it's still summertime, and it really makes me mad because school is starting.
I know.
Early.
And you go out and you see all fall clothes and school stuff, and I'm like, no, let's slow this down.
Oh, well,
But
I'm one
it's upon
better.
us.
Fenton High School volleyball has started, so I get texted 100 texts a day from coaches, from parents, and we've already started all school festivities.
Oh, wow.
And it's August.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, and I'm packing up my daughter. She'll be going not so close to home this year. She was at Western last year, only a couple hours away. Well, Mom is kind of having a little issue because now she's going to be 5 hours away.
5 hours
She's
away.
decided to go to a different school.
In Chicago.
Just outside Chicago. And this mom's having, it's hitting me now because she just decided that that's what she was going to do.
So you haven't even really had time to process it.
No, I'm processing it right now on air with everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, so what is she doing in Chicago school-wise? What's she going for?
Well, she's going
Other than
to
5
a
hours.
smaller Christian college. That's what she decided she
Oh.
wanted. She's changing because of the school environment and
Gotcha.
that kind of thing.
Wow, I like that.
She's still going to pursue what she was planning on doing, which is going into event management and event planning, but just doing it in a different location.
You know, we're going to watch that Little Butterfly Soar, and we're sorry for Mom, but it's okay, right?
The saving grace is I do have family that's in Chicago.
Perfect.
So that helps a
There's
little
some
bit.
And
support
you know
there.
what?
That's right.
It will probably be nothing but the best for her.
Oh,
right.
for sure.
Exactly.
It will be
yeah,
amazing.
You know,
So-
I'm excited for her.
You're welcome for your therapy session.
Yeah.
It'll be $30 a piece.
Let me tell you, when I went to college, I went to a little General Baptist college down in Indiana, and it was pretty much like staying home because it was all hillbillies that all went to the same type of church that I did. And so it was almost like not leaving home.
I was gonna
recognized all the accents.
Yeah.
I could speak the language, and I grew, but I don't think I got the growth I probably could have.
And she's actually going. There's kids, young adults that are also from the church that we go to that are
will
there.
be there.
So yeah,
It'll be great.
It's going to be a great thing for her.
Good for
and
you,
know
Lily
what? I'm
Marshall.
so proud of her because she said, you know what? I don't want to go back to where I was. It's not for me. And she vocalized
recognized
that. Yeah, she recognized it. She vocalized it, and she did something different. So I'm so proud of her for doing that.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, we're proud too. That's amazing. So we've got a really incredible show
We do.
today. Sam Martin, he's a vice president of Build Senior Living, will be on, and he's a cool dude. You know, he really is passionate about his senior living assisted care facilities, but he's also going to talk about another side of the business, which is a consulting side. So
That's great.
I'm really excited to talk to him about that.
Yeah.
And then we have Ebony Harris and Angela Peters, two really incredible women, right?
Yes.
Who have recently made national headlines. Angela Peters has cerebral palsy, and we can't wait to have her in the studio. Both of them, really.
Yeah.
But when you hear Angela's story, you know, it just really makes you really have an attitude of gratitude. Don't you believe?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think yesterday I was saying a life of gratitude and a mindful attitude.
That's it.
Yeah, and I think that really is, you know, she really showcases that. But I wanted to also talk for a second I'm going to talk a little life coaching for 1
You're
second,
gonna
if
put your
I
life
can.
coach hat on, please.
I am
Always.
because actually, what I see in her too is something that we were talking about on a quarterly call yesterday as coaches. The idea of resolve.
Okay,
And
elaborate a little bit
and really
on that.
like seeing her and her resolve, like, is just how she's dealt with her disability and, had these ideas of what she wants to do and where she, how she's conducting her life is amazing. And, we talked a little bit about resolve yesterday on this call, and it was the idea of, keeping those moments, those clear-cut moments of yes, of when your soul is saying yes to something, keeping those as your guiding light and your guiding force, and really using those in those moments that you need to have that resolve, whether it's starting a business, there was something there that said, yes, do this, right? Mm-hmm. So keeping those moments in mind,
because
when
they can be fleeting.
Exactly. They can be fleeting, and we can lose sight of what it was that really got us to that
the
point,
big prize.
to saying yes and to embracing what was coming through us and coming up for us. And so in those times when we need to have that resolve, when we might be having doubts or we might be having, failures, it's really holding on to those defining moments of yes and being able to use those for your better
kind
good.
of having that recall
Yeah.
of what, like we say, we have all these moments of multiple emotions, right? We
Right.
get motivated, we get excited, we get sad, we get depressed, we get down. When
Yeah.
you're in kind of the lower level, right, the lower funnel of that, it's okay to go there. Like that's what you've taught me. It's okay to go there, just don't stay
Live there. That's
Yes,
right.
that's
Don't
right.
unpack your bag and live there.
Through it. Work through those emotions.
Right.
And then you get kind of those endorphins going or the serotonin level. And those are the moments you want to really kind of capture and
Yeah.
stay at that kind of high level of functioning because it's going to help you accomplish what you need to
That's right,
get
your
done.
goals.
And
That's
we've kind of gotten to know Angela a little bit and you listen to her and you kind of look at her situation and she will say, hey, I don't want to, this is not the choice I would pick, right?
Right,
This isn't
right.
the journey I would pick. But guess what? I came to the realization this is my journey.
Right.
And I'm going to make it the best of it. And she is so
Yeah, so I can imagine
positive.
how many moments she's probably had where, her soul's saying, yes, do this, and that is what she hangs on to,
But
to get her through.
There's like something really kind of special. Rusty, you sat with her for a minute too. There's just something really kind of magical about
Yeah.
her in
Oh,
her
yeah.
smile and in her eyes.
Her giggle.
Yeah.
And her giggles.
When somebody would say something to her in here, the room would just light up.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what an
So-
honor and privilege for us
and-
to have the opportunity to meet her.
Yeah.
I get grumpy because my knee doesn't work or my gout or whatever, but she's got a lot more going on than I do.
Oh, yeah.
And look what more she has going on the plus side too.
Right.
So
She
look,
pulls
if
you out of the water,
Yeah.
right? Exactly.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? You ain't got nothing.
That's right. That's
My mom went through 60 some odd years of her life with polio
Mm-hmm.
and did what she could. And she was a pretty darn good mom,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
and when you see people who are Richard Simmons, I always used to laugh at him, but he's right. Richard Simmons uses the term handy capable.
Yes.
Wow.
When you see these folks like Angela and Eric Thomas,
Mm-hmm.
who's got even worse things
yeah, he's
going
a
on.
quadriplegic. That's
Yeah.
right.
When you see these folks running their own business
Mm-hmm.
or
And smile.
and smile
and inspiring others.
And
He,
laugh.
Eric used to come to all my comedy gigs, not my in particular, but he would come to gigs where I happened to be working.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd just sit there, have a good time just like everybody else.
did.
And it's like, dude, you just need to relax and get over whatever you're doing.
That's right. They kind of make us look in the mirror, don't they?
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah. It's been for Christy, I'll speak for you, but we've had the pleasure to be with them for a couple days and it's been pretty inspiring. She Angela had called me the night before. I had a missed messenger on Facebook and called her back. It was late 10 and she said, I just want you to know it's been really special days for me. And of course I cried because I'm a crybaby, but it's truly honor privilege. So
Yeah.
we can't wait to have them on the show.
Absolutely.
And talk about resolve and talk about overcoming obstacles, and listening to Ebony too, who you see these heroes, right? That's what this show is about, and that's what the magazine is about, is like these everyday heroes who save people from burning buildings or jump out of their cars to save someone in a car accident,
do an
or
act
do nails.
or educators,
do an act or simple
Yep.
act of kindness that is so appreciated and so valued.
And that's what Ebony, well, you'll hear in her interview. I mean, it wasn't the first time that she had helped her.
Right.
It's just how
First
exciting.
time she did her nails, but not the first encounter that they have had.
That is
Yeah.
absolutely right. And how grateful are we to their dear friend Tisha, who I saw on Facebook, for capturing that moment, because now it's a moment to share with all of us.
That's right.
And
And
how
we need those moments.
grateful are we?
Yeah.
And say your quote again.
Oh, a life of gratitude and a mindful attitude.
I love that. Isn't that true? Just stop,
Yeah.
smell the roses. You know, we only have about a minute left, but I just did a story on a friend of mine who at young age of 40 buried her husband. 9 months later was diagnosed with breast cancer, but and is now a survivor for 6 years. And I was writing her story, and I called her crying, and I said, I'm just really emotional writing this. And she said, it's okay. A lot of people have it a lot worse than me, and I'm just so grateful to ever experience that love. And boy, that's what this is all about. And this is what this show is about. So please, listeners, don't go anywhere. We've got a great show. Sam Martin will be in the hot seat. Love that, Sam Martin, Ebony Harris, and Angela Peters. It's going to be a very eventful studio.
We promise it'll actually be a very heartwarming show.
Yes.
You have our word. You have our word. So don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break. You are listening to Innovative Health Radio right here, Super Talk 1570. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Innovative Health Radio right here in our Super Talk 1570 studio. So super excited, Christy Marshall. Sam Martin's back in the hot seat. Hello, handsome Sammy Martin. Looking good, looking sharp, man. Kind of, we're all enjoying that end of summer days. School's right around the corner, and you got sharp colors on still.
Yeah, I love
still
that purple.
rocking it.
That purple
Thank
and gray.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Brings
Really
out
brought
the
it.
golden highlights in my hair.
You really brought it. So we're super excited to have Vice President, kind of a big deal, right?
Yeah,
we
that's
know
right.
people. Sam Martin, Build Senior Living, which is actually assisted living development, and you also do consulting.
Absolutely.
So that's why you're here today. We're really excited to kind of talk about the consulting side of the business. When you were here last, we kind of talked about the business model itself and what you provide, and we'll cover that as well. But the consulting side is kind of very fascinating to us. You had some
absolutely.
good questions.
Yeah, well, because I guess in my mind, I always thought senior living and assisted living didn't necessarily have to be the same thing, but that's not the case, right? It actually is very much the same thing.
Well, it can be different. There's different formats of it, just like anything in our lives, right? So when someone gets to a certain age, they have options to go to independent living. If they don't want to live alone, they can obviously stay at home. They can get care in their home, that sort of thing. Right. We offer up a community which entails people that are independent and the ones when they transition into some care. And if there's maybe some memory issues, perhaps they need a little bit of extra TLC, maybe some redirection for Alzheimer's and dementia, that sort of thing.
Sure.
And we can take care of them in our buildings all the way to end of life care.
Okay.
I have a question. So when they are, because you're kind of you're seeing some numbers with dementia and obviously with the aging baby boomers, that type of care you provide it in-house. Is that correct?
Absolutely. The buildings that we build are all inclusive. Everything will be taken care of right there in the communities. They have everything inside the communities, everything from a restaurant that provides 3 meals a day with a top chef. They have movie theaters. They have beauty salons. They have several different areas to pamper them. That generation spoiled us. Guess what? We need to spoil them back. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a building that will completely spoil them, and they deserve it, right?
It's so cute, isn't it? I mean, I love it. It's just beautiful. It's like these utopias. Christy and I want to live there, and Rusty
I've
too.
been in a few, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, they're like these utopias. And
I'll just be happy with anything with air conditioning.
Rusty is setting the bar.
I mean, really, standards.
I have my standards. They're low, but I have them.
Yes.
That's all right. We can help even you.
Well, and real quickly, it is funny because that generation, my parents are up from Marco Island. It's my stepdad's class reunion, and it's so cute. My mom's on the phone, and they're having this really deep discussion with one of her best friends, and I thought it was about a family member, and I said, Mom, is the family member okay? Oh, no, honey, it's her dog. It's the dog. And I said,
hey, that's part of the family,
it's
right?
So fun. It is. You just see kind of how passionate they get about just the little things in life become so important to them.
Absolutely.
And some of these buildings allow for the pets to be there.
Our buildings
that's a
are
great
always
question.
pet friendly. Absolutely.
I love
because
it.
that is part of their family.
It is. That's right.
That's
it's
really
already
good
going to
point.
be somewhat, maybe for some people, traumatic enough to be moving out of their home and into this, and to be able, that's just one less thing that they have to be sad about, you know
what I think,
or
though?
encounter.
I'm just making an assumption, but I'm assuming, like, you live in your home, your parents live in their home, this is their home, and then they're having these physical changes or aging, and they don't want to leave. But I kind of have this feeling once the kids or whoever brings them to your facilities, you kind of see their eyes light up in this whole maybe 180 on, I can transition into this life.
Right.
No one really wakes up in the morning and calls up their children and says, hey, guess what? I can't wait to move into an assisted living facility. But once they move into our buildings, they love it. Their biggest complaint is, I wish you would have built this sooner. So that's why we're in such a demand right now. And we're actually going through the process, and we have probably 6 or 8 different projects going right now. So we can actually go through the process and help other ones build these buildings as well too. So if anybody's ever thought that, this is something I'd like to do, but how do you get involved? They see them kind of popping up.
Oh, they're everywhere.
We can actually go through that process for you. We can go through the planning commission meetings. We can help with the rezoning. We do the market analysis, so we can tell you the best area to buy the property. Because once you buy property, it can take almost 2 years before you can even dig a hole in the ground. It's a big, long process. We have our own attorneys. We have our own architect, our own civil engineers.
Wow.
And so we can go through that whole entire process for them if they'd like.
That's great.
How wonderful is that? Because if I am someone looking to get into this business.
Right. How much time does that save by not having to navigate that yourself? Right?
Already have the education and the checklist. Yeah. And so to sit down with you, how can people get a hold of you, Sam Martin?
You know what? They can go right on our website, buildseniorliving.com. And they can also call at, I have a toll-free number, is 844-777-2845. That number again is 844-777-2845.
It is really a fascinating business model. We listened to you talk about the brick and mortar itself and the actual location and how amazing it is. But from a business standpoint and the business model side, I mean, it could be, it's very successful and lucrative because you're looking at demographic numbers like nothing we've ever seen before, right? We're looking at this aging demographic.
The baby boomers.
Yes, those numbers are really incredible.
Yeah,
and there's a need.
There's a big
obviously, because you see them popping up all over the place. Like I feel like every other month I see one
and
somewhere.
They're packed.
And they are. And a lot of them are sold
packed.
like kind of pre-sold out.
Yep.
Even.
And that's what my business partner and I, Shahid Imran, and myself, we really try to go through the process and really differentiate ourselves between everybody else. Because when I first got into the industry, I seen what was out there, and I really didn't think it was appropriate for that generation. Again, I wanted to spoil them. So we created a product that is unlike anything else out there. So our buildings are really quite unique. You're absolutely right. They're popping up all over, but ours really sets the standard.
And that was going to be my question to you is what is it that sets them apart from the other ones that are out there?
Most people, they tell me the minute they walk into any of my buildings, they say to themselves, it just feels different. And it's not just the look in the brick and mortar. It's the love of the caregivers that are in there. It's the caring that we give to each individual resident. And we make sure that that's part of the process when we build these buildings as well, too. We make sure we can go through and make sure we hire all the staff, do the training, everything. And we want the buildings to feel very, very home-like. So what we do is we actually talk to the residents themselves and ask them, what do they like? What are the color combinations they like? What would they like to see? So they are truly 100% involved with everything.
The entire process. That's kind of amazing that you mentioned that. We had Luann Ewald, CEO of Detroit Children's Hospital, and the air about a couple weeks ago, and she was talking about a new facility they were building in Troy, and she kind of helped design it, and they put it in front of the kids, and the kids said, "That's really scary."
Exactly.
Right? And so the kids actually designed the building, and it looked like
great,
Legos, and the kids loved this brand new hospital. But that's exactly really kind of brilliant.
It's important to have that, to have that
bring
input
them
and that
in.
feedback.
It's not what I like, it's what they like.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
That's right.
you know, they want to feel like they're proud to live in these buildings. They don't want to come there and be depressed and think, oh my gosh, this is it. We build a premier building. Everything we do is taking them into consideration. We talk to them over and over about everything.
Well, and you want them to have that pride.
Of course.
Because when their families and friends come to visit, you know, they want to have that pride.
And
Absolutely.
I bet you they love when the family and friends come to visit because
Probably show them around
Yes.
all over. Oh, let's go see the movie theater. Let's go to the
Exactly.
salon. I want to show you where I get my hair done.
So
How fun.
How do you advertise for your research group, I guess, for lack of a better term? Hey, kids, bring Grandma and Grandpa over to the old folks home, and we're going to. How do you get hold of people?
Well, first and foremost, we built buildings in the past.
And by the way, I'm sorry, I'm politically incorrect. I know it's not old folks home.
Right. It's the aging demo. I don't
we
know.
bleep that out. I
He's
think.
not
I
with
hope
us.
we bleep that out. So, but anyway, but no, actually, we sit down with the residents and we talk to them. We actually have that conversation. We sit down and see what they like and what they don't like, what type of music they want playing in the background, what type of food do they want. A lot of them, even on the menu side of things, they like bringing in, hey, I'm going to bring in my meatloaf recipe that I made for my kids for
I
20
love
years,
it.
and then the chef makes it. Then they get to brag for
This
lunch
is
or
my
dinner and say,
recipe.
That
"This
is
my recipe."
actually
great.
very
So
cool.
That is
cool.
very
Absolutely.
I'm just, the
Love
wheels
that.
are spinning. We only have a couple minutes left, but I bet you too, once you're in there, they build these bonds and communities and they
Oh,
become best
absolutely.
friends and they
Yeah.
just probably all like adore each
if
other.
you've never
you
been
know?
in one, and I've been to events there when they all come to the main room and they have, you know, because my daughter danced, their dance
Oh, they would
studio
probably
went
go.
and performed for
Yes.
them. Yeah, and it's just amazing because they do. They're like, oh,
they're-
you know, they
they're adorable.
get their little seats together, and you know,
They date each other.
They date each other.
Absolutely.
Yup.
I know
that's
they
right.
do.
That's right.
I can't wait. Can you get our room ready?
Absolutely.
It won't be till like 2050,
Yeah, let's see.
but we're ready.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're ready. We're ready. So, Sam Martin, one more time, Build Senior Living. Again, how can people get a hold of you, whether it's information about your services you provide in your locations or your consulting side of the business? One more time.
Our website is buildseniorliving.com. That's buildseniorliving.com. And our toll-free number is 844-777-2845. And that number one more time is 844-777-2845.
Sam Martin, we love you.
Thank you. Thank you again for having me. It's
Thank
been
you
a
for
pleasure.
coming
We
in.
adore you. You're an amazing guest, and what you're doing is just really changing families' lives. So keep on
Thank you.
keeping on. We love you.
Thank you.
So we have some special guests coming into the studio. Really
sure
amazing story of kindness, empathy, and now best friendship. So I cannot wait. So listeners, don't go anywhere. When we come back, the beautiful and amazing Ebony Harris, the gorgeous and brilliant Angela Peters will be in the studio, and we cannot wait to share this incredible story that actually went viral and is making national news. So we're really lucky to have them. So don't go anywhere. Listeners, you are listening to Innovative Health Radio right here in our SuperTalk 1570 Flint studio. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Innovative Health Radio SuperTalk 1570. Sam Martin, love that guy.
Yeah.
And now he's a pro. He loves coming in and sharing his stories.
He did a great job.
He did. Really excited. He's a good friend of Innovative Health, and we just adore him and Build Senior Living. Okay, really excited.
Yes.
So in the studio with us is Ebony Harris and Angela Peters. So for our listeners who may or may not know their story, it made national headlines when Angela Peters, who has cerebral palsy, went in to get her nails done at a local Walmart and basically was told no because her hands were shaking too much. Mm-hmm. So there was a cashier, gorgeous cashier, probably the prettiest one I've ever seen, named Ebony Harris, who kind of saw it all go down and took time off her break to do Angela's nails. Okay, so that's all how I'm going to prep it because there's so much more to this story and to this friendship. So without further ado, it's my honor and privilege to introduce Ebony Harris. Hello, gorgeous.
Good morning.
Good morning. And
Ebony, talk right in your mic, honey.
Good morning.
Good morning. And the amazing Angela Peters. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you for
here.
coming.
You're welcome.
So, Angela Peters, tell me a little bit about the day in the life of Angela Peters, especially on that day. You had gone into Walmart. Tell us about what happened.
I went into Walmart to pick up a book bag because I travel and do my business, and then Saturday I go to the farmer market to set up and sell my poetry. So I went in and got a book bag and duct tape to make my duct tape wallets.
So you make wallets. You had gone into Walmart to buy a book bag, and you also buy your products there at that Walmart because you set up shop at the farmer's market. You are a business
She
woman.
is. She's a major businesswoman.
How old are you, young lady?
36.
You're 36.
36. Okay.
You look 21.
She does, doesn't she?
I know.
And that smile just makes her look even younger, you know?
It really does.
Yeah.
So you had some extra time, right, at the Walmart. So what did you want to do?
So since I had extra time, I thought I would get my nails done.
So you'd get your nails done.
Because, our listeners can't see this, but she's a girly girl, She's in her dress and flowers on it, and so you like to
Get all
express
dolled
that,
out.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you thought, okay, I have some time. I'm going to get my nails done. So what happened from there?
Well, when I went in there to get my nails done, they said I move too much because to be physically correct, I don't shake because of my disability. I move and I'm spastic. So they said I would move too much, and they didn't want to do my nails over and over again, so that's why they denied me.
And so then you heard this kind of go down? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us from there what happened.
I was training another associate for the register, and another associate was helping her shop. And I just overheard, and I asked what happened, and they told me she, entered the nail salon and wanted to get her nails done, and what happened and everything. So I just asked her if she wanted me to do them, and she said yeah. She was on her way to get some nail polish, so I just took her into Subway, and we sat in there, and I just painted her nails. That was it.
Yeah. And the Subway, the employee there caught that on video, which you guys didn't know, right?
You didn't know.
No,
until-
Tasia
she did.
said,
Okay.
She said, I want to take a picture and post it on the Walmart Facebook page, but it wouldn't let her. So what she did later, I guess, when she got home from work, she put it on her page, and it went from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now millions have seen
Let's
it.
tell this story, too. You had just went home after like a normal day at work, right? And you weren't even thinking twice about helping her or what you did. But you jumped on social media and you were tagged probably thousands and thousands
about 6 or 8 tags, and something just told me to get on Facebook, and that's what I did. And I noticed that I had been tagged in a bunch of different posts. So I just opened one up and I saw what it was. So then I went on Tasia's page, and then it went from there. It was like, over 500 and something comments.
Oh, wow.
2 point something likes and 2 point something shares.
Wow.
So by the next morning, I had to be to work at 7 o'clock. By the time I got there, I guess it just exploded overnight and stuff like that.
And how did Angela? How did you hear about it, or did you guys talk and she let you know, hey, this is what happened?
No, we didn't even talk that night because what happened was I just went to bed. The same thing happened to me. I just went to bed and my caregiver came in to get me up in the morning and she said, hey, they want to help you doing know that Walmart. And I was thinking, how in the world did
That's
did
right.
all of this go down?
While you were sleeping.
How in the world did she know about it?
Right.
Then I looked at Facebook and I realized what was going on too.
Let's see your nails. She did, because she just did your nails even recently, didn't she?
Yeah.
So you went and got her color polish, right? Had you done nails in the past?
Yeah, I did when I was taking care of my mom before she passed. That's what I did at home just to make extra, little income and stuff in the house to help or whatever. I started on myself for a year before I ventured and started doing other people.
Was it hard to do her nails?
No, not to me it wasn't.
No.
Right.
It wasn't. Not to, I guess because with my mom, I would have to maneuver myself with her. So if I did her feet, I would lay on the floor on my stomach and paint her toes and stuff. And
so you were used to navigating in a different way to make it work.
Yep.
You know?
I mean, I've done
And
children's
how hard and how
nails.
difficult is that? That's not, right?
To me, it's not difficult. When you're doing certain things and you want to do it for other people,
That's
you
right.
have to sacrifice your different positions and what you do every day.
That's
So
right.
it's not, to me, it's just like doing it with a regular person whose hands are flat on the table. When I did her nails recently, I went to Colette's where she's working at, and I held her hand. And that was it. I just held her hand. My husband, he took a book and he fanned her nails for me so they could dry.
You're a team.
I
You're
love
a power
it.
couple.
I love it. Now, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's what I did. So,
And the message here has been so incredible, not only of friendship and kindness and empathy, but what's so
Compassion.
important to you, Angela? What has this allowed you to do?
This has allowed me to open up and bring more awareness to let people know, hey, even though I have a disability, guess what? I should be able to go and do any nail fun and get my nails done.
That's
That's
right.
right.
You
That's
should be
absolutely
able.
right.
You love to get your hair done. You love to get your nails done. You love to look. You're a gorgeous woman, and that smile just is incredible.
I mean, yes, it was.
She's like, yes, I am. Yes.
It was nice of Ebony to do my nails, and I think before that day, but I shouldn't have to sit in subway.
That's right.
Right.
To get
That is
my
right.
nails
right.
done.
That's a great
Right.
message. But you're not mad either.
But I'm not mad.
No. Not
She's
mad
not.
at all.
When me and her talked afterwards, even if her feelings were hurt, she never showed it. She still smiled. She still was positive. Everybody was positive in this situation. There's no hatred. There's no malicious intent. There's nothing going on negative in this situation. I just want people to look at what was done, and notice that she is a person too. She deserves to, whatever she wants, she deserves to get treated with respect,
That's right.
honor, and anything else that is positive because she's still a human being at the end of the day.
can I say why I wasn't mad?
Yes.
I wasn't mad because I realized that I could go to any other nail salon and get my nails done. Because I've been to other nail salons before and they do my nails with no problem.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
that's great.
right.
Yeah.
That's
Great.
exactly right.
Yeah.
You know, we only have a couple minutes left, but we're going to come back and talk more with Ebony Harris, and we'll talk more with Angela Peters. We'll talk a little bit about the day in the life of
Yes.
Angela Peters and
Yes.
how amazing she is.
Yes,
And I want to talk
absolutely.
to Ebony, too, about, you know, just kind of how there's been a trajectory now in her life and where she wants to go and take her life. So it's pretty special for you and I
Yeah,
to meet
absolutely.
these two incredible women.
Absolutely. I can't wait to talk more about what each of them are doing.
That's exactly right. So please, listeners, don't go anywhere. More with Ebony Harris and Angela Peters. We have books and poetry, and it's only just the beginning. Sky's the limit for both of them.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, you are listening to Innovative Health right here in our Flint studio. Genesee County, baby. SuperTalk 1570. More with Ebony Harris, Angela Peters. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Innovative Health Radio. I'm your host, Kristen Milosnovich, here with my beautiful co-host, Christy Marshall. When we last went to break, we were talking to Ebony Harris, Angela Peters, two rock stars, total rock stars, just recently made national headlines when Angela Peters, who's a very young-looking 36-year-old woman, I thought she was like 24.
I did too.
Who has cerebral palsy, went into a nail salon in a local Walmart, was refused service. Ebony Harris, who is a cashier at that particular Walmart, went on her break, forego her own break to do Angela's nails.
That's
and
right.
what has now occurred is just a snowball effect of friendship, kindness, empathy, and really kind of now this big platform to talk about two amazing, engaging rock star women who are now spreading this message of kindness, empathy, and really using now, right, working through kind of this divine intervention to spread the word about people with disabilities or to spread the word about unsung heroes like Ebony, who, to be honest, just did what is the right thing to do, and what she knows is the right thing to do. And at the end of the day, is a hard worker, went home, and now we have this trajectory, right? We have this kind of paradigm shift in your life, Ebony Harris. Talk a little bit, because there's been some kind of now attention, and it was probably a little scary in the beginning.
It still is scary.
It's scary
Because
a little
when
bit.
I get up and go to work every day, I don't know what I'm going to walk into. It's not nothing bad, but
You're getting recognized as
Right.
what you're saying.
I appreciate everyone who has contacted me, whether it be through Facebook, calling the store, emails, coming in the store, asking about me if I'm not there, coming up to me, thanking me. I appreciate everything. I call it love. That's a lot of love. And it touched a lot of people. I mean, it went everywhere. And I appreciate everything that everyone is saying to me, because that, to me, that's the blessing. Just being able to touch someone else, their mind, their heart, their soul, and just letting them know that, yes, there are still good people
They're
out
cared
here.
for.
Because there is a lot of
appreciated.
negative things that is on the media, that is on the news, around the world, in our everyday lives, and something that can just blossom into something so pure and beautiful is awesome to me.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
How
absolutely.
refreshing is this story, right? Versus the everyday kind of chaotic that has
Yeah.
become our world.
So I want to get into
Yes.
talking to each of them about
A day in the life.
now what, and or what have you been doing in your life? What do you do, Angela? I know you're busy. You've got a lot of things going on. So tell us some things that you do.
I have a small business at Corette's, and I write my very own poetry, and I put it on bookmarks, and I make refrigerator magnets and like tape wallets.
So where can everybody get these items?
50. They could go to 5350 Davidson Road, Correct, Antique Mall.
Okay.
Oh, very
great.
good.
And then you also said you're at the farmers market.
Yes, every other Saturday.
Every
Okay,
other Saturday
okay,
at
and-
the Flint Farmers Market.
And what about your book
Okay.
of poetry?
And David, at the Davidson Farmers
Oh,
Market.
okay. Davison Farmers Market.
Very good.
Awesome.
Thank you for
Okay.
clearing that up.
Yes. Okay. And then what about your book of poetry? You write poetry as well.
Yes, I have 2 books of poetry
2 books of poetry.
and my second book that came out
Awesome. And where can people get that?
on Amazon.
Okay. On Amazon.
So, or they can come to my store and pick up a copy.
Okay. Okay. So either in person or on Amazon.
Yeah.
Awesome. And what are the types of things that you make, that you sell?
I write a lot of poetry about my faith and what I believe, or maybe just about love and friendship.
Love and friendship and faith.
All kinds of different poetry.
All kinds of, and you have a little bit
I
of
do.
examples.
I have a few of them here.
We're going to take a picture and we'll post them
Yes.
all on our Innovative Health Radio magazine and all our personal Facebook pages.
Yeah.
And we will provide information on how to purchase Angela's book and then get a hold of her products as well. Because, you know, you look at this beautiful woman
Yeah.
and she is nothing but inspiration,
Right.
right?
Absolutely.
I mean, she lights up a room. She owns a room. She's articulate. She's brilliant. She's talented. And I'm kind of dig her a lot.
And
you
I
know?
want to ask her what motivates her to do this,
That's right.
to get out there and to be this businesswoman and to be the person that she is. What motivates you to do that?
No, 8 years ago, believe it or not, I wasn't the person I am today. 8 years ago, I didn't want to be in a wheelchair. I wanted to walk like everybody else.
You want to, right.
Me and Mom, like everybody else, and get married like other women.
Right.
But there came a point in my life where I had to wake up and realize that we all have different abilities.
That's exactly
That's
right.
That is right.
You came up to a point in your life where we all have different abilities, and your abilities really probably outshine all of us because let me tell you, you do more in a day than probably most people, and
Yeah.
it's incredible.
But I want more. Like I said, 8 years ago, I was really in the dark place because I wasn't accepting my wheelchair.
That's right.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated being in a wheelchair.
But so
And
8 years ago, you were in a dark place, and you have come out, and you are light and love and energy.
Absolutely.
And you are inspiration
Absolutely.
to millions and billions of people. And thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's been an honor and privilege
It
to
has-
watch, and I
to sit
honestly
here with her,
hope
yeah.
to be your friend forever.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Ebony, you too, babe. I feel the same about both of them, and to really watch their interactions now, there's such a deep love for each other. You know,
Yeah.
because you sit and you two talk. You talk when
we
you do her
do.
nails, so you've probably gotten very close.
Yeah, this wasn't like a first
Interaction.
That's
That's
right.
right.
So last year when I started working there at Walmart, that's when I met her. So it's about a year ago, and I've helped with her twice last year and then recently this year, but we hadn't seen her. And it was funny because I was just thinking about her like 2 or 3 days before she came into Walmart. I'm like, dang, I haven't seen Angela, in a while and stuff. And I look up and there she was. And I was so happy to see her and stuff because she is, like you say, she's an inspiration. And that's what I told her. She's a blessing to us.
That's right.
That's right.
That's
I
right.
mean, she has a smile that just, lights up a room. She sits and talks to you, and, she's just a great person. She has a great heart.
You can see that.
Super positive. And she's got a lot of really positive things to put out there.
Yes,
so it's really kind of fun to sit with her. We got to spend a little bit of time with her yesterday. And we said to her, I said, come every day if you can. I mean, it's just pretty cool to kind of hang out with her. And for you too, and getting to know you a little bit, you're extremely articulate, and from one only child to another girl. So I know you kind of took some time out on a personal level to be a caregiver for your mom.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the skill set you've developed.
Well, and we were talking a little bit yesterday about even kind of this being maybe an inspiration for you to do something beyond this, but with those skills, which was...
Supermodel. I see it. Look how gorgeous she is. They both are.
Thank you.
Let's hear it.
Just being around my mom and my grandmother, they always helped people. And I like to help people. And I would like to do like a business where I could help people like Angela, make them feel pretty, do their nails, do their hair.
I love that.
Something like that. Maybe talk to them, because we need more of that.
Yes.
With the elderly, with even the younger generation, they don't have to have a disability or anything. I just like helping people.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Took in so many children in my home, my kids, friends and stuff. So I'm used to it.
I feel like
I see
you
a
are
big business venture
do.
on the horizon here.
I agree. I think for both of
Yes.
them, Angela, we're running out of time. Is there anything you'd like to say?
I'm just happy but overwhelmed at the same time that I can bring so much awareness.
Oh,
Yes.
you're happy and you're excited and you're glad that you can bring awareness to this
awesome.
topic. We love you. Thank you so much. Only the beginning for you, and we can't wait. You are going to be a regular on the show. Big thank you, Ebony Harris,
Thank
to you
you.
too.
Yeah, thank you, ladies.
We cannot wait to watch both your stars soar. It's only the beginning. Big thank you to the beautiful Christy Marshall. As always, I love you. You complete me. Thank you, Rusty Thomas.
Love you back.
And a big thank you to Sam Martin, Build Senior Living. Check him out. He's pretty cool. What an honor and privilege to do this show.
Yes, it's been great.
It has. Thank you to our listeners and all of our supporters. We couldn't do any of this without you. You have been listening to Innovative Health right here, the Lint, baby, Genesee County. SuperTalk 1570. Please go out there. Make it the best day ever.
The preceding program was sponsored by Mott Community College, ClintonNarrative.org, and Soul Intentions Life Coaching, LLC.